你好，我是马克尔，是 the Sleepy Polyglot. Hi, I am Michael, and this is Sleepy Polyglot. I'd like to say it has been one full week. I'm on day 8 now. I just finished up day 8, so that has been 1 week and a day since I began the 90-day Mandarin challenge for Ad 1. Boy, it has been a wild ride. Learning Mandarin is definitely a challenge, but I believe that I can at least get up to the level that I'm looking for by the end. I'm looking to speak in a restaurant only in Mandarin, a Chinese restaurant only in Mandarin. After this 90 days is over with, I want to be able to do that 3 times in the month of July. July, and hold 2 15-minute conversations in Mandarin on Skype. Oh, sorry. I have hiccups. It's sad. So anyway, I'm on memories right now. The vocabulary app that is known for helping with vocab and stuff. I'm on the HGK, the Mandarin fluency test. Mandarin fluency test is if you pass it, then you're proficient in Mandarin. I'm on the first level of that, the first 300 characters or so. 300 characters, 300 pinyin, 300 Hanzi, 300 pinyin, and whatnot. I got a notebook today where I can put in my various languages. I'm working on, of course, the various characters. I try to write out characters that seem to that will come up later. You know, radicals, the parts of letters that come up often. The parts of characters that come up often. I bought Chineasy. It has a lot of the radicals, and it has illustrations with every radical in order to help the person visualize it. I'm studying I'm using memories for about 2 hours a day. I try to complete 20,000 points in a day, and then I do Chineasy for about 30 minutes. I try to go over the radicals over and over again until like I'm comfortable with them, comfortable with the ones that I study, and I just keep going over it every single day. Sorry, I'm sleepy. I then try to read about an hour on Link every day. Link is a reading app. Basically, I can read in the simple Chinese. About I aim for about 500 words in that hour. 100 words later after I take a nap or something if I have time. I do that once daily. I it's a lot of words though, because I'm not reading comprehensible yet, but I'm starting to pick up on character patterns and sentence structures, which is why you want to read in a foreign language in the first place. You want to be able to read the language so that you can pick up on stuff a lot faster. I, of course, want to be able to write at some point too, so, I've been writing down characters in this notebook and whatnot. I have a lot of just loose leaves of paper full of Chinese characters over here, and the pinyin and whatnot. I'm trying to absorb as much as I can. And tomorrow I'm gonna write out my first script in for a conversation. So then, whenever I meet a Chinese individual, I'll be able to start speaking. I, of course, have to get that down. When I get the script written out, I'm gonna recite it on here, post it on Facebook, see how my Chinese friends like it. If they so I can work on my pronunciation and whatnot. I want to get that down as much as I can. Non-Chinese wise, I am reading 500 words a day in German, Spanish, and French in order to keep that up. I'm not doing a second video today because I have to work in about 5.5 hours, and I need to get a little bit of sleep. My week on is about to begin. I work 8 days on, 6 days off. The 6 days off is very intensive studying, while 8 days on, I try to work on my vocabulary and try to practice my tones as much as I can. Because the better that I get my tones down, the better I can speak the language, because all meanings are based around the tones that are in it. My girlfriend and I are starting Italian. She got a notebook so she can really intensively start studying it. And I'm going to read 500 words a day. And on the road trip, we're only going to speak Italian to each other in the car. We're going to practice as much as we can. I learn a lot. I learn a lot better just by reading things. I can remember a lot. And after the road trip, I'm going to set up a separate playlist and just speak Italian in those videos as much as I can. I had a humbling experience with my French videos. People told me my accent was absolutely horrible, that I'm mispronouncing things, and that I can't speak properly, which I'm not really surprised because I don't get to speak it very often. That is probably the longest I've ever, that 5-6 minutes for that video is probably the longest I've ever actually spoken the language. I've never had a conversation with somebody face to face in the language, and I haven't had time to like video chat a lot of people because I'm always doing things, and I work about 76 hours in a week, and then I'm off for 6 days. In that 6 days, I have to study. I have to get ready for the big move. I have to get ready for everything else, you know. Oh, so I'm going to keep reading the 500 today. I'm going to try to put in an hour of listening to French every single week. The person told me that it's really not going to be enough, and I'm just like, it's gonna have to be enough. It's not like I have time to put in 8 hours of listening every single day or anything like that. And I have a pretty good like reading ability in the language. I can read quite a bit of what I see in French. Um, I just can't speak the language. I can even understand quite a bit of it. I just can't speak it yet, and that might be my fault. But then again, there's just no French speakers around here. And the ones who do speak French, I've spoken to, and they don't speak it well enough to really comprehend what's going on. I met 2 French speakers. I worked at Walmart at one point, and one was he spoke Spanish and French, but we'd always speak in English because his accent was very heavy, and I was just learning Spanish at the time, so it's not like I could have a deep conversation with him. Now I could, but I don't work at Walmart anymore, and I have not seen him since I quit there a year ago. And then this other guy I've seen like twice at Walgreens, and we've spoken in French, and like we've understood each other. But also, I've only seen him twice in the 6 months that I've worked there, so it's not like he's a regular customer that I can practice with every day. It's actually quite sad. Hopefully, when we move, we're gonna move to a city with a greater diversity of people. I want to be able to practice my French some more with people face to face, but I really want a large ethnically Chinese population there, so then I can practice my Mandarin a lot. We already have a decently sized population in Henderson here, but I'd rather there be a lot of people there too. Okay, I'm gonna get back to it. I'm probably going to go to sleep though, because I'm pretty tired and I do need to work. I've got stuff I need to do, and yep. Have a good night. One on